Welcome to Firearms of America. Today I'm back here in Shooters in Fort Myers, Florida. So if you are in the area, stop by and say hi. But today I have another review of this Springfield XD40. And as you can see, it has been actually modified quite a little bit, specifically for the competition. So we will see how this particular gun shoots. It has an upgraded trigger, but overall I'll try to talk about the XD40 and talk about how of a firearm it is. Is it any good? All right, so let's start with some shooting. Now, as you can see, this is actually a standard magazine that comes with the Springfield gun, but it has been upgraded to hold a little bit more. This one is 16 standard, and this particular one you can load 18 rounds. Pretty impressive. So let's get a few of these rounds in, do some shooting, see what it can do. Now, overall, I am a big fan of Springfield. I have shot several of 1911s from Springfield, and they have all been great. 1911, and I also wanted to say a 911, but it says they're just a smaller 1911 version, baby 1911, if you will. However, I never shot any other Springfields, so this is a new experience. We'll see what it can do. Another thing that I wanted to mention about this particular handgun right here, on the internet it says in specification that it is a double action. However, I am pretty sure it is single action, but we'll find out. Let's do a few rounds. I will try to hit that white little one on the bottom. Oh, very nice, very nice. All right, let's see what it can do. A little bit lower, close. Come on. I shot literally around that white one and didn't hit it. Let's do a few more rounds. So overall, I do like the trigger of the gun. I do like the slide of the gun. I do like the grip of the gun. It feels very natural. Now, because it's a polymer frame body, I happen to be a fan of these polymer frame body handguns with obviously the steel slide because of the weight redistribution. It really helps with the recoil, especially on calibers like 40 Smith & Wesson or a 45 ACP. Definitely helps there with the recoil. But I want to try and hit that white right there. Let's see. Very nice mag release. I love it. It's so fast and smooth. The hardest word for me to pronounce. And of course, the slide itself, as you can see, barely takes any effort. Love it. All right, so. Yes, finally. There we go. Haha. Now I'm satisfied. So, like I said in the beginning, I do like the trigger a lot. I still do not think it's double action. I think the website where am I reading? Whatever, I'm not gonna name the website because I don't want to call them out, but I think they made a mistake. Pretty sure this is not a double action trigger. This is a single action, and as you can see, the striker operated hammer on the inside, pretty much the same system. It's just the internal. Everything is internal. As you can see, there is no external hammer right here. And one thing I wanted to point out here, as you can see, let me double check there's nothing in here. Safety first. As you can see here, there is an indicator. I have to hold because we will talk about that safety too. But as you can see, there is a nice indicator that tells you that it is actually cocked. I love it. So that's one of the safety features. Obviously, the second safety feature here on this gun, as you already noticed, is there is my favorite beaver tail safety, which you can find on 1911 guns. Probably that's why I love it. But as you can see, if you are not engaging it, you won't be able to do it. So pretty good. Another safety feature here, as you can see, there's this double trigger going on here, and I think this is why it was called double action. Don't confuse it, it's not really a double action. Just because it has this double trigger feature on it, it's not a double action pistol. Very important, don't confuse the two. But as you can see, there is the safety feature here, basically, that allows you to kind of get a feel before you put your finger on the trigger. And I think I love it. I have it on my Ruger SR9 and I do like it a lot. And as you can see, the trigger itself, so you have that little safety thing, and then the trigger itself, you have probably about 2 millimeters of travel, and then really hard to tell, two, let's see, 2, and then probably 1. So you have that easy travel, right? Easy to understand where it is, the safe travel. And then you have that questionable travel, probably about 2 millimeters before the trigger snaps. Not a problem, I still do like it. Good trigger. Of course, you have your slide lock here, and apparently you can't, it looks like, yeah, you can't rack the slide unless the beaver safety is engaged. So here you have your slide rack. It's not ambidextrous, so it's only on one side. The mag release, however, is ambidextrous, so it is on both sides, which I do like. Now the grip itself, even though it's polymer, I think they implemented a very nice design here to give you a good grip. Whenever, you know, with the recoil, whenever I was shooting, definitely nicely stays in place without any problems. Of course, you probably already noticed a little Picatinny rail if you want to mount a flashlight or a laser, whatever you want. Okay, let's get to the least favorite part of this gun. My least favorite part of the gun are the sights. Now this is a 3-dot sight. As you can see, there's rear post, front post, and basically what you do is you use it like a standard sight. You line them up, right? However, as you can see, they don't have any markings on them, and for me personally, I do prefer whenever the sides do have the markings, you know, so whenever you're not only lining up the posts, right, you're also lining up the markings. It just makes it easier psychologically to distinguish where it goes. But this is not the only thing. The lack of markings is not the only thing. Another thing that I wanted to point out here, as you can see, the rear side here, the rear posts and the front posts, and let me try to make sure that I can show you exactly what I'm talking about here in the camera to kind of give you the side perspective. There we go. As you can see, the front post is probably twice as thin. So not only you have to actually line it with the rear post, you also have to try to line it in the center of the rear post, if that makes sense, because it is much thinner. And I do like it when they actually do match. So there is a cutout here on the back, and this cutout is the same exact width as the front post. It just makes it much easier, again, psychologically. Not a big, really anything, this is just a personal preference. If you are used to something, just like with the dots, you might find it as something that you need to kind of shoot a few times, which you still have to do it anyway to get used to it. Not a big deal, but something to point out. The slide itself, however, I do like a lot, and as you can see, there is this nice cutout here on the front to save on the overall weight. So pretty good, you know, you have your polymer framed body, and even though it is a steel slide, with this cutout still saves on the weight pretty good. And of course you have your front serrations on the slide, which I know some of you people don't like, front and back, but overall I do like it. One thing I wanted to point out, besides, you know, regarding the modifications on this gun, so it's a magazine that has been modified here. The trigger has been modified to be a little bit more snappy, a little lighter, and as you can see, we have a very heavy guide rod, the steel guide rod here on the front as well. So this is really a few things, but you know, as a competition gun, pretty good if you need a competition gun and kind of on a budget to save some money. This might be a really good option. Just invest in a few modifications, which not gonna cost you that much, and you're competition ready. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. If you have any comments, let me know in the comments below. We'll be happy to see those. If you found this useful, please subscribe if you are in the area. And for Myers, stop by the Shooters, and most of the times here, say hello. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.